Hello, welcome to another video. So for this video we are going to be servicing the Marine 15 horsepower EFI 4-stroke. So I went online and bought a servicing kit. Show you what it comes with. 2 spark plugs, oil filter, impeller, engine oil and some washers, 2 gear lube. So I think I'm going to start off with the impeller. Okay, so all we need is 2 spanners, size 10 and a size 8. So I'm just going to tilt the engine. Okay, so we've just tilted the engine. So the first thing we need to do is make sure this is a neutral, and we need to get your size 8, and we need to loosen this bolt. So we just need to loosen this bolt. This is the linkage for the gears. There we go. Next, there's 4 bolts that we need to take off. One here, and then there's 2 more on the other side. So what you want to do is just want to give it a little shake, and it should just slide out. Oh, there's just this little bolt. And this should just slides off. There we go. Right, so we've taken the lower part off. So this is where the impeller will be, in this little plastic housing. So all you need to do is take off this bolt, this bolt, this bolt, and that bolt on that side, and this plastic should just slide up. So we'll do that now. So for this one, you'll only need the 10mm spanner as well. So reason why I'm doing a service on this outboard, because when I bought this engine and the boat off Nick off Facebook, he said that he's not used it for 3 years, and it was newly serviced when it was newly serviced, but he said he's just not used it for 3 years. But it is worth servicing it just before I actually go out in it, just so I know, so I've got that assurance that I know everything's going to be fine when I do go out. Because if it's been sat there for 3 years, not started, I don't know what's happened to the oil, the engine oil and the gear lube inside, so we're going to be replacing all that. And also I'm sure the impeller is going to be fine, but I'm still going to change it because I've got a new one that came in with the kit, so we're going to use that. Okay, so just take off all the bolts, put them to one side. I'll just show you now. this should just slide off. Right, so what you're going to do, just pull that out. And now remember how the impeller goes in, because you want to put it the same way, so it's like that. What you also want to do is compare them with each other before you put it in. So here's the old one, and there's the new one. Just compare them, make sure they're all fine and looks the same. Okay, so we're just going to put it back in now. So you just want to remember how it came off. So these little fins are facing right. So what you want to do, stick your finger in there and just turn it while you push it back in. There we go. Just make sure it's in the center. What you want to do is just slide it back in. There we go. And then we're just going to put the bolts back. When you put these on, just make sure you put it on hand tight first, and then use your spanner. But you don't want to go too tight with them, because the impeller housing is only made of plastic, so you don't want to crack that. There we go. It's all back now. So, just going to put it back in. There we go. Okay. So, first thing, so we're not going to connect the gear linkage together yet. We want to put the bolts in first. Right, that's the impeller done. Don't forget the linkage. These don't need to be very, very tight, because if you go very, very tight with them, you could snap them. There we go. That's the impeller done. So we'll move on to the gear lube. So with this one, all we need is a little tub to catch the oil. So what you want to do is just pop this in here. There. So, first thing you want to do is undo, don't know if you can see, but there's a little bolt just here. Just a little bolt there and a bolt there. So first thing you want to do is you want to unscrew this bolt. Just going to move this out of the way for now. There we go. Just put that there for now. I'll be honest, it's quite clear, the engine lube, but we're still changing it. So you want to take that off and then take this off, the top one off. And that will flow a bit quicker. There we go. We're just going to let that drain for now. So what you want to do is you want to also replace the little sealant washer. Get rid of the old one. And get the old one, the new one. What you also want to do, just get a bit of oil, put it around the washer, so next time you take it off, shouldn't be too hard. So what you want to do, get your lube. Just want to cut off this little piece here. Put the lid back on. Just going to do the same with the other one. Just want to get it ready. Right, so what you want to do, put the oil back in, just put it through at the bottom and then squeeze the tube, and then so once it's full it should start leaking here, and when it starts leaking there, put the bolt back in. In now. So you need to be very quick with these. Let's give this a wipe. Right, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to change the engine oil. So here we've got the oil filter, the oil cap, that's where you put the oil, and your little dipstick So first of all, what we need to do is undo this bolt, because that's where the oil will be coming from. But we need to tilt the engine, and then we can start undoing that bolt right there. Okay, what you want to do is find a spanner or a socket that will fit. Just put the bucket there. Go on this side. There we go. So what you want to do is let that drain for a minute or so, and then what we need to do is we need to drop the engine back down, leave it for 2 to 3 minutes, let all the oil come back down again, and then we need to lift it back up. So what you want to do, put the bolt back in. Doesn't need to be tight, just hand tight's enough. Remove the bucket. Straighten this. And we're just going to drop it back down. And we're just going to leave that for about 2 minutes or so, because what you want to do is you want the oil to just drop back down here, and once we tilt it back again, more oil should come out of there. So when I got the engine, it actually came, the guy had a spare oil, and it's still not open. It's new, brand new. So I think I'm going to put this in there instead of this one, but I'm going to keep this. Right. I think put the bucket back in. Go. Right, so once you're happy, put the bolt back in. Get the spanner. Oh, gotta be careful what size we're using. Is 17. That's why it slipped. 1, 2. Remove this. Let's just turn this back. Right. I'm just going to turn this around. So here's the oil filter, which I've already loosened before. So all it is, goes on there like that, twist the handle till it's tight, and you just want to turn it, just like that. Loosen it again, bring it back. There you go, that should be loose enough to remove with hands. And there we go. There's the old one and the new one. And you just want to put it next to each other, compare it, and make sure that they're the same size. There we go. Right, so just going to take off the plastic. And what you want to do is just get a bit of oil, put it around the seal. Right. Just grab the tool. Doesn't need to be really tight, but I just want to. There we go. Should be good enough. Next thing, put the new oil in. So what you want to do, let's give this a wipe, is when you fill it, when you fill the oil, you just want it in between these two little holes here. You want it in between there. Dipstick out. What you want to do first is give it a wipe and dip it back in. Just want to see where it comes up to. And there we go, it's just there. So that's perfect. What we're going to do first is we're just going to remove the fuel filter. We're just going to remove this so that we can get access to the spark plug here. There we go. That easy. Just one bolt you needed to remove. Just put that to one side for now. Just put this there. So you just want to remove these. I've already taken them off before, that's why they're a bit loose. See, remember which is bottom and which is top, so I'm just going to put that right down there. And there's the old one, old spark plug. Take the other one out. the other one. Yeah, the old ones and the new ones. And look at the difference. So what you also want to check before you put it back in is you want to check the gap. So the old one, see right there, is a 0.88 millimeters. Don't know if you can see. And the new one should be the same. Once you're happy, put it back in and just hand tight them in. Guide it through with your hands because you don't want to use the socket right away because you could loose thread it. And there we go. Spark plug changed. You just want to put these back in. Make sure you push it all the way through. There we go. Just click in like that. You can now put this back in as well, the fuel filter. And that's done. Right, so I've got the engine outside. Just gonna get a bucket